Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Lasham Daily Briefing for today, Thursday, the 15th of May, 2025. We'll move straight into the synoptic picture and very much variations on a theme today. That was yesterday at lunchtime with those couple of sort of decaying cold fronts that didn't really cause us any problems. Midnight last night, again, that dominating high pressure centered over the Faroes, still there, still on station, and not a huge amount of stuff going on. A reasonably high pressure locally, probably about 1024, 1025, and we've got a couple of lows centered out over the North Atlantic. Nothing particular as we run through to midday today. And as we continue running through, those lows aren't really getting any closer. They're sort of diverging a little bit both north and south. So there's high pressure actually moving away later into the weekend, but generally it should be staying with us for the next few days. Got a bit of low cloud about this morning, beginning to break up already. But you can see here on the sat pic as of about 10 minutes ago. It's fairly dense out to the east of the UK, up towards East Anglia and Norfolk, but it is thinning out in our area and shouldn't cause us any real issues. Rain radar, again, it's all just sort of mid to low level cloud, no precipitation associated with it. And we can confirm that by looking at the Met Office rain forecast and running that through. Essentially nothing to talk about there. Couple of small, tiny little showers appearing on the south coast there. Otherwise, nothing to concern us. Eddy and Taff, then we've got 01010 knots. Visibility greater than 10 kilometers, broken at 1,400 feet, becoming between 8 and 10, scattered at 2,500 feet. And they have a prop 30 in that between 10 and 11, it'll be scattered at 2,000. More or less agrees with what we're seeing outside at the moment. Farnborough, something much the same. They're going for a much lighter wind, 0308. Also slightly lighter wind, 0308 knots, a bit more north in that. Visibility, again, greater than 10 kilometers. They're saying breaking initially at 1,500 feet, and there's a prop 30 between 7 and 9, broken at 1,400 feet. Spot winds from the Met Office to the south of us, over the channel, about 2,000 feet, about 04015, and to the north, we're seeing a 02010 at both 1,000 and 2,000 feet, increasing a little bit towards 5,000 feet, but we're not going to get much change in direction. Windy once again confirming that northeasterly flow. Expecting it to be a little bit stronger than perhaps the Met Office was suggesting there. I think most of you are agreeing that are getting ready to go and have a day on the ridges. Direction-wise, it's looking quite good for that. But we'll just have to see if we get the strength. Met Office local forecasts for here at Lasham. They aren't actually recognizing any of this low-level cloud to begin with. Certainly, I don't think it's going to be a problem later in the day. They're suggesting it's going to be blue throughout. Max temp about 19 degrees in the warmest part of the day, feeling a little bit cooler with that reasonably brisk northeasterly. And the sort of mean wind speed we can expect to be around 10 to 11 knots, gusting upwards of 20 at times. Visibility is down here is very good, so it's probably going to be slightly hazy, but not especially bad. Fairly low humidity, and again, a window of quite high UV, so do bear that in mind. GFS agreeing much with that temperature, saying a little bit cooler actually, about 15, 16 degrees at midday or 1 o'clock local, and a dew point of around 9. This was looking north from northwest towards Lasham from Alton. So you can see that cloud breaking up evidence of the thicker stuff that we're seeing out the window at the moment. But we are starting to get these bands of blue sky coming in, so it shouldn't take long for that to fizzle away. We're up to 10.1 degrees temperature here with a dew point of 5.4. So certainly a slightly slower temperature climb than we were experiencing yesterday. This time yesterday we were already just short of 15. So there's a good few degrees in it. But we should hopefully see that start to increase over the next couple of hours. Sky sites with point forecast. There they are recognizing this thicker cloud breaking completely, they would suggest, including any upper stuff by about 12 o'clock. And we're going to get increased heating thermal strengths, so just around 4 knots. Excuse me. And climbs not fantastic, but up to sort of 3,500 to 4,000 feet. Surface wind, they would suggest very much what the Met Office would say, northeasterly, about 10 or 11 knots, gusting slightly less, but up to 16. And the thermal top winds, so around 3,000 or 4,000 feet, around 22 knots at northeasterly. That high pressure 1024 maintaining all throughout today, dropping slightly by about a millibar into the afternoon, or late evening, I should say, and then continuing to rise into tomorrow. And for finish off Met with the SkySight, bigger pardon, top meteo cloud distribution chart starting at 9 o'clock local, and we can see that lower level, quite thick cloud is evidenced there. Running it through, so we've got a little bit of cirrus involved as well. And by 11 o'clock, that should more or less be moving clear to the west. And taking its place from the east is some cumulus. First appearing around 12 o'clock. Let's see it maintains itself all throughout the day, breaking up at about 6 and all gone by about 7. Daytimes, then just the usual suspects plus a couple of interesting ones. Over towards Salisbury Plain, we've got 21, which is sort of the Everley danger area. That's surface to 2,500 feet. 20, just to the west of that, we've got some paragliders flying from sunrise to sunset in that area. 15, as usual, is Barton Stacey. We've got some live firing. Number 16 down here, that's flare firing down at Thursley, but that shouldn't be an issue for us. That's not until later on this afternoon and into the evening. And then you've got the sort of cluster here. You've got the Delta 132 ash ranges and flares at both Cambria and Farnham. Now up in this part of the country here, you've got some temporary CTA Class D that is in force. So if you are, for whatever reason, intending to fly up in that direction today, do look into that, because there's various different times that will play into it. We'll move on now to the local airfield briefing. Starting with the RAF Odium cross section. And we can see the lower level stuff that we've seen this morning recognized on this chart. This was a correction that they issued just before the start of briefing. So there was a Prop 30 for scattered strato Q between 9, or I should say 10 and 12. Once that cloud's all worked its way away, moving into the afternoon, blue initially with the cumulus popping. Wind northeasterly around 10 knots, which is in agreement with the rest of the forecasters, and surface viz beginning fairly poor, but by the best part of the day, hopefully having increased to about 40 kilometers. And they've got air temperature down around 17, maximum 18 degrees at 4 o'clock local, and a freezing level of just under flight over 100. A lot of bookings. We've got our 2 K21s for course flying, another is on boot instructional flying, and another for the casual list and club members. We've also got K13 allocated to trial lessons today, and there is limited single-seater availability in both the morning and afternoon. At the moment, there are 5 on the casual list. So if we can get an instructor out to help, that'd be much appreciated. And the simulator is available as normal. 2XL movements, nothing confirmed at the moment. There's a possibility that they might want to bring King Air in to then take another King Air out, but we'll update at the launch point as is required for that. At the moment, there's nothing confirmed. And in summary, the general situation, we have high pressure, still centered over the Faroe Islands and dominating the UK. We've got low cloud to begin, clearing mid-morning, leading to Q in the afternoon. We'll be offering runway 09 today, cables in the grass to the south, air returning from the north. And if there is any appetite for a significant grid, then it'll be 09 north grass with heavy gliders on the runway. But I would say if there's just a sort of handful of you looking to go and fly the ridges, if we could do that off the hard runway, please. We've got a fairly considerable crosswind today, so I'd like as much performance as possible. As always, please be ready when the cable or tug arrives and do not land or taxi across the disused runways shown here in red. Finishing off with the airfield setup, as I said, grids in the top left corner, but if it's not going to be a huge number, I prefer if we were just all on the runway, please. Winching from the grass to the south and air turning just to the north on the hard runway. That's all from me today. We'll see you out there very shortly. Let's keep it safe whatever you do and have fun. Thank you.